Now, the search is continuing for a tigress in the south of Johannesburg. The tigress escaped from his cage on Saturday night. It has since attacked a man and a dog in the Walkerville area.
Several high-profile incidents have involved attacks by animals like tigers, lions, and bears in recent years. These incidents can be tragic and frightening, highlighting the importance of taking measures to keep animals and humans safe. In this video, we'll focus on one incident in particular, the case of Catalina Torres, who was attacked by a tiger while working at a local zoo. We'll discuss what happened, what led to the attack, and what could have been done differently to prevent it. Be sure to stick around for the rest of the video. Reasons for attacking animal attacks can be a terrifying threat in the wild or in captivity. Among the most fearsome attacks are those involving tigers, which have claimed more human lives than attacks by other big cats. It's been estimated that between 1800 and 2009, at least 373,000 people died due to tiger attacks, most of which happened in India, Nepal, and Southeast Asia. Like other predators, tigers usually only attack humans when they are hunting or feel threatened. If a human gets too close and surprises a sleeping or feeding tiger or a tigress with her cubs, the tiger may become aggressive. Tigers have also mistakenly attacked humans and sometimes tourists who get too close. Nowadays, fewer than 85 people are killed and injured by tigers each year worldwide. However, India has seen a rise in tiger attacks in recent years due to human population growth and expansion into the tiger's natural habitat. Some tigers become man-eaters and change their natural diet. Typically, a tiger changes its diet due to injury or other factors, which makes hunting traditional prey difficult. This change in diet forces the tiger to stalk humans, which are less appetizing but much easier to chase and kill. Man-eating tigers have been a recurring problem in India, especially in Kumaon, Garhwal, and the Sundarbans mangrove swamps of Bengal. There, even otherwise healthy tigers have been known to hunt humans. However, mentions of man-eaters in old Indian literature suggest that after the British occupied India, built roads into forests, and brought the tradition of shikar, man-eaters became a nightmare come alive. It has been suggested that mistaken identity may be a factor in some tiger attacks, as tigers may stalk groups of people crouched down while working in fields or cutting grass, but will lose interest once the people stand upright. Tigers are sometimes intimidated from attacking humans, especially if unfamiliar with them. Even established man-eating tigers will seldom enter human settlements, usually sticking to the outskirts of villages. Nevertheless, attacks in human villages do occur. Most tigers will only attack a human if they cannot physically satisfy their needs otherwise. Tigers are typically wary of humans and usually show no preference for human meat. Although humans are relatively easy prey, they are not a desired food source. Thus, most man-eating tigers are old, infirm, or have missing teeth and choose human victims out of desperation. In some cases, tiger attacks on humans seem territorial rather than predatory. In at least one case, a tigress with cubs killed 8 people entering her territory without consuming them. In addition to territorial issues, other factors that can lead to animal attacks include fear, aggression, and perceived threats to offspring. For example, if an animal perceives a human as a threat to its offspring, it may attack to protect them. Animal attacks are not just limited to the wild. Incidents of animal attacks in captivity have also occurred, often with tragic consequences. In some cases, the animals are kept in inadequate living conditions or are not adequately cared for, leading to increased aggression. Zoos and other facilities that house animals are responsible for preventing such incidents, but unfortunately, tragedies can still happen. It's important to remember that animals are wild creatures, and even those in captivity can pose a risk to humans. While animal attacks can be terrifying, avoiding provoking or approaching them is crucial, especially in their natural habitats. It's also essential to ensure that animals in captivity are kept in proper living conditions and are treated with respect and care to prevent aggression and attacks. Unfortunately, even with the best intentions, incidents can still occur. The incident involving Catalina Torres. One particularly notable case of a tiger attack occurred in 2021 when a tiger mauled a woman named Catalina Torres. This incident brought renewed attention to the issue of animal attacks in captivity and raised questions about the safety of zoos and other facilities housing exotic animals. Let's take a closer look at the circumstances surrounding this tragic event. Catalina Torres was a 21-year-old tour guide at Rancagua Safari Park in Chile. Allegedly, someone sent her to perform cleaning duties before the fatal attack, during which she suffered horrific neck wounds and died on the spot. According to her mother, Torres had dreamed of working with animals from a young age and had recently started her job at Safari Park. Her mother described her as a ray of light and said she was always smiling and cheerful. On the day of the attack, Torres was cleaning the enclosure of a Bengal tiger named Chino when the tiger attacked her. According to witnesses, Torres tried to defend herself using a broom, but the tiger was too strong and overpowered her. According to police reports, the door of the tiger's enclosure was left open, and Torres did not realize this as she entered. The tiger immediately attacked her, causing severe neck wounds that led to her death instantly. The incident shocked the staff and officials at the park, who closed the park to investigate the cause of the attack. The finance manager at the park, Antonio Rojas, claimed that a group of workers had deliberately unlocked the tiger's cage against protocol. However, the workers in question have denied the allegations, saying that the cage was already open and that they did not open it themselves. The Rancagua Safari Park is known for rescuing and rehabilitating animals and featuring them in large exhibits where visitors can interact safely. Staff and maintenance work restricts the movement of predators to enclosures, while some animals can move freely. One important aspect to note is that none of Torres's duties involved having direct contact with the animals. This aspect raises questions about how she was put in a situation where she had to clean the enclosure of a Bengal tiger named Chino, which ultimately led to her death. Additionally, the park is under investigation for possible negligence. This investigation could show whether the park followed proper safety protocols and procedures to prevent such tragic incidents. The incident has also sparked a debate about the ethics of zoos and other facilities housing exotic animals. Chilean Senator Dr. Guido Girardi, the author of a bill that aims to ban zoos, said he would file a criminal complaint against those responsible for the deadly attack. The site combines a zoo and safari park, where mostly rescued animals from exotic species can roam in large open areas. Visitors can interact with the animals by riding in vehicles with cages, allowing them to get up close with lions, white tigers, giraffes, zebras, antelope, and llamas. The site is also a theme park, with model dinosaurs in some locations. The fate of the tiger that killed Torres is unclear. White tigers, like the one involved in this incident, are born with white fur due to a rare genetic mutation. According to the nonprofit Wildcat Sanctuary, it occurs in the wild, possibly in as few as 1 in 10,000 wild tiger births. The site also notes that the entire captive white tiger population is said to have originated from one single white tiger and has been inbred ever since to retain the recessive gene that causes the white fur. This inbreeding has caused many genetic problems with tigers, and as such, putting the tiger down may not be the first solution since it is such a rare animal. Overall, the incident highlighted the potential dangers of keeping animals in captivity for human entertainment and emphasized the need to implement proper safety measures. The tragedy has also highlighted the importance of responsible breeding practices to ensure the health and well-being of captive animals. While zoos and other facilities play an essential role in conservation efforts, incidents like the attack on Catalina Torres underscore the ethical issues surrounding keeping animals captive. Critics argue that animals should not be confined to small spaces and subjected to potentially dangerous situations, and instead should be allowed to live in their natural habitats. In response to the incident, some have called for stricter regulations and oversight of zoos and other facilities housing exotic animals. Others have advocated for the phasing out of such facilities in favor of alternative forms of wildlife conservation and education. Other incidents of animal attacks. The case of Catalina Torres is just one of many examples of tiger attacks in captivity, highlighting the unfortunate reality of these incidents. Tigers have attacked numerous people in zoos and other facilities worldwide, raising concerns about the risks of keeping large, powerful predators in captivity. Tragically, tiger attacks have occurred in various locations and under different circumstances.
A man on a monorail drops 17 feet down to the ground, scales two fences, winds up in the tiger pen.
In 1985, 2 Siberian tigers at the Bronx Zoo killed one of their keepers.
Says Roy made an error on stage with the tiger that he believes led to the attack with nearly fatal consequences.
In 2003, a Siberian white tiger attacked trainer and performer Roy Horn during a live stage performance, resulting in his disability and the permanent closure of the show. The San Francisco Zoo also experienced 2 tiger attacks, with a zookeeper bitten during a public feeding in 2006 and a tiger killing 1 person and injuring 2 others in 2007 before police shot and killed it. On December 29, 2021, a tragic incident occurred at the Naples Zoo in Florida, resulting in the death of Echo, an 8-year-old male Malayan tiger. According to a released report from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, an employee of the zoo's cleaning company nearly lost his arm after jumping a safety barrier and sticking his arm through the internal fence in the tiger's enclosure. The tiger attacked the man, identified as Anthony Robert River Rosenquist, who called 911 during the attack. A Collier County Sheriff's sergeant responded to the call and found Rosenquist still being attacked by the tiger with his arm through a chain-link fence. The sergeant fired a single shot at the animal, causing it to release its grip on Rosenquist. Unfortunately, the tiger died a short time later from the gunshot wound. Rosenquist was flown to the hospital where he underwent surgery. Despite multiple broken bones and severe damage to his left arm, doctors managed to save his arm in the days following the attack. However, a nurse who was incubating Rosenquist reported smelling alcohol, raising questions about whether he was under the influence at the time of the incident. Investigations by the sheriff's office revealed that Rosenquist was working with HMI Commercial Cleaning. The company contracted to clean the zoo's offices, bathrooms, and admissions buildings. The zoo's director of animal programs, Leanne Rotman, told investigators that Rosenquist had to have jumped a structural safety barrier to get close enough to the tiger for it to attack. The tiger could have only reached Rosenquist if he had put his hand through the enclosure's fence. Photos of the enclosure show 2 rows of fencing, separated by several feet, with signs stating "Danger, authorized personnel only," printed in English and Spanish. The first fence measures 42 inches in height, and it's clear that Rosenquist jumped to get closer to the tiger. Another photo shows the distance between the fences, which is 102 inches. Tiger attacks are also not limited to the United States. In 2018, a zookeeper in Russia was mauled to death by a Siberian tiger while cleaning its enclosure at the Kaliningrad Zoo. The attack occurred when the 25-year-old zookeeper was reportedly alone with the tiger. In Brazil in 2014, an 11-year-old boy had his arm amputated after being attacked by a tiger in a zoo.
A young man lost his life to a tiger at the Delhi Zoo. A new video that shows the tiger may well have been provoked.
In India in 2014, a male white tiger attacked a mentally unstable man who had accidentally fallen into its enclosure. In 2016, a tiger at the Beijing Battling Wildlife Park in China attacked a woman who had exited her car and walked to the driver's side to speak with her family. The attack, caught on video, shows the tiger dragging the woman away before park rangers intervened. These incidents are a clear reminder that tiger attacks can happen anywhere and to anyone. While human error or negligence may have caused some, others can be attributed to these animals' unpredictable and sometimes dangerous nature. Given their unpredictability, zoos and other facilities housing tigers must take all necessary precautions to prevent such incidents. These precautions include ensuring that enclosures are appropriately designed and maintained, and that visitors receive proper education on safety protocols. Safety protocols and procedures. The tragic incident involving Catalina Torres underscores the importance of proper safety measures and protocols at zoos and other facilities that house exotic animals. Although we do not have all the details yet, it's evident that many are questioning the effectiveness of the zoo's safety measures. People have been trying various ways to prevent animal attacks, even outside the zoo, such as in the Sundarbans. For example, in 1986, Villagers wore masks with human faces on their heads, hoping to deter tigers from attacking from behind. Although it seemed to work initially, the tigers eventually caught on, and the villagers discontinued using the masks. Other techniques have since been abandoned as they were unsuccessful, such as using electrified human dummies to train tigers not to attack people, or releasing captive-bred pigs to provide more prey for tigers. Proper training of zoo personnel in safety procedures and protocols is essential to prevent animal attacks. This training includes conducting regular safety drills and ensuring staff have the necessary tools and equipment to care for the animals safely. Zoos should also have clear emergency response plans, such as for escaped animals or visitors who cross safety barriers. Another critical aspect of preventing animal attacks is effective safety measures for visitors. This safety measure should ideally involve using clear barriers and signs, and educating visitors on how to behave around animals and what to do in an emergency. Zoos should encourage visitors to keep a safe distance from the animals and limit access to certain areas to avoid overcrowding. While we are uncertain about the safety measures at Safari Rancagua during the attack, the outcome was catastrophic and raised concerns about the zoo's safety practices. Moving forward, zoos and other facilities that house exotic animals must prioritize safety for both animals and visitors by continually assessing and enhancing safety protocols and procedures and educating and training staff and visitors on maintaining a secure environment. As we've seen in this video, animal attacks can devastate the victims and the animals themselves. However, some steps can be taken to minimize the risk of incidents like the one with Catalina Torres. If you found this video helpful or informative, check out our other content on this channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.